In a shocking turn of events that has sent ripples through South Africa's political and financial spheres, economic freedom fighters, EFF, leader Julius Malema has found himself at the center of a storm that could dismantle everything he has built over the past decade. According to reports, a recent court ruling has resulted in the freezing of all of Malema's personal and business bank accounts, marking what many are calling the most devastating blow to his political and financial empire to date. The ruling, handed down by the Pretoria High Court, follows an ongoing investigation into alleged financial irregularities linked to Malema's personal dealings and the operations of several companies associated with him. While the details of the judgment remain sealed pending appeal, multiple sources close to the matter confirm that the court order effectively restricts Malema from accessing funds, transferring assets, or conducting any form of business transaction. For a man often described as one of South Africa's most controversial political figures, equal parts revolutionary and provocateur, the decision represents a seismic shift in fortunes. Malema, who rose from humble beginnings in Limpopo to become one of the nation's most vocal and polarizing leaders, now faces what could be the most difficult chapter of his public life. The news reportedly broke early Tuesday morning, and within hours, the EFF headquarters in Braamfontein was buzzing with tension. Party insiders, speaking on condition of anonymity, described the atmosphere as chaotic and uncertain, with some senior members scrambling to understand the full legal implications of the freeze. It's not just about Julius's accounts, one insider revealed. There are fears that this ruling could extend to entities indirectly linked to him: foundations, trusts, even campaign funds. This could paralyze the movement financially. Malema's lawyers wasted no time in filing an urgent appeal, calling the decision a politically motivated and an attack on democracy. In a fiery statement released hours after the ruling, Malema accused the state of waging a targeted campaign to silence revolutionary voices through economic sabotage. He vowed not to be intimidated and promised that the EFF would continue its mission to fight for the poor and marginalized. Still, the timing of the ruling raises questions. It comes at a critical moment when the EFF is preparing for upcoming local elections and working to strengthen its national footprint. Financial paralysis at the top could have cascading effects, limiting the party's ability to campaign, organize, and mobilize supporters. Analysts argue that if the freeze persists, it could weaken the EFF's political machinery just when unity and resources are most needed. Political commentators have been quick to weigh in, with some describing the development as a calculated strike designed to destabilize one of the country's most outspoken opposition figures. Others, however, view it as a long overdue reckoning, a sign that the law applies equally to all, regardless of political power or influence. Malema has built an image of defiance, said political analyst Dr. Linda Nkosi. But this time, it's not about slogans or rallies, it's about hard financial scrutiny. If these allegations are substantiated, it could irreparably damage his credibility. The financial shockwaves extend beyond politics. Businesses associated with Malema have reportedly halted operations as they scramble to navigate the legal restrictions. Several employees have expressed fear that salaries might not be paid on time, while vendors linked to EFF events and logistics claim their payments are now in limbo. Meanwhile, social media has erupted with mixed reactions. Hashtags like #MalemaBankFreeze and #EFF Under Pressure began trending within hours, with supporters flooding timelines to express solidarity, while critics celebrated what they see as long overdue justice. "You can't claim to fight corruption while living lavishly off the system," one user posted. Another countered, "This is nothing but a political witch hunt against the people's leader." Despite the chaos, Malema remains defiant. In a brief media appearance outside the court, dressed sharply in a black suit and red tie, he declared, "They can freeze my accounts, but they will never freeze my voice. They can take my money, but they cannot take the struggle. We are fighters, and fighters don't back down." Whether this episode marks the beginning of the end for Malema's empire or yet another dramatic chapter in his resilient political journey remains to be seen. What's clear, however, is that the once seemingly untouchable leader is now facing a battle that strikes at the very core of his power, his financial foundation. As the legal dust settles and investigations unfold, one question looms large over South Africa's political landscape: can Julius Malema survive the freezing of his empire, or has the revolution finally hit its coldest point yet?